Are you tired of putting in all the effort at the gym and in the kitchen, but still struggling to lose that stubborn belly fat? Well, you're not alone. Today we are answering why shedding those extra inches around your midsection can be such a challenge, and most importantly, how to defeat it once and for all. Plus, there is one reason that may not be your fault. I would recommend watching the video till the end for the tips that will help you feel and be the best version of yourself. So you've been hitting the gym religiously, eating all the kale in sight, but that belly bulge just won't budge. Sound familiar? Trust me, most of us has been there. It's frustrating, it's discouraging, but before you throw in the towel, let's unpack why this might be happening. First up, let's talk hormones. Insulin, cortisol, and even estrogen levels can play a significant role in where your body stores fat. And for many, that means right around the belly. Insulin, our fat-storing hormone, can be a sneaky culprit, especially if you're constantly spiking it with refined sugars and carbs. Insulin not only helps regulate blood sugar, but it also plays a role in fat metabolism. When insulin levels are elevated, it signals the body to store excess glucose as fat. Studies have shown that abdominal fat cells have a higher number of insulin receptors compared to fat cells in other areas of the body. This means that they are more sensitive to the effects of insulin and are more likely to store fat when insulin levels are elevated. Similarly, high levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, can lead to increased belly fat storage. Cortisol is released by the adrenal glands in response to stress, and it plays a crucial role in the body's fight or flight response. When we encounter stress, whether it's physical, emotional, or psychological, cortisol levels rise to help the body cope with the perceived threat. However, chronic stress can lead to chronically elevated cortisol levels, which can have negative effects on our health, including weight gain, particularly in the abdominal region. One way cortisol influences belly fat is by increasing the storage of visceral fat, which accumulates around the organs in the abdominal cavity. Studies have shown that cortisol stimulates the production of lipoprotein lipase, an enzyme that facilitates the storage of fat in adipose tissue, including visceral fat. In addition to promoting fat storage, cortisol also affects our food choices and cravings, often leading to increased consumption of high-calorie, high-sugar foods, which can contribute to weight gain, especially around the midsection. Also, when we push our bodies too hard, especially with high-intensity workouts, it can trigger cortisol levels to rise. So, even though you are working hard, you might actually be working against yourself by elevating your cortisol levels. It's important to do the right kind of exercise. Doing endless crunches or solely focusing on ab workouts won't magically melt away belly fat. Continue watching on to find out about the tips that will help lose that belly fat. Moving on to estrogen, which is responsible for regulating the storage and distribution of fat, particularly around the hips, thighs, and breasts. However, fluctuations in estrogen levels, such as those experienced during menopause or certain medical conditions, can lead to changes in fat distribution, including increased accumulation of visceral fat in the abdominal region. Research suggests that estrogen helps to inhibit the activity of an enzyme called lipoprotein lipase, which promotes the storage of fat in adipose tissue. When estrogen levels decline, as is common during menopause, the activity of lipoprotein lipase increases, leading to greater fat storage, especially in the abdominal area. In addition to menopause, other factors such as hormonal contraceptives, hormone replacement therapy, and certain medical conditions can also influence estrogen levels and impact fat distribution. Now, some of you may not like this one, but one of the top things from stopping you losing belly fat is alcohol consumption. When we consume alcohol, our bodies prioritize metabolizing it over other nutrients, such as carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. Alcohol is high in empty calories, meaning it provides energy but lacks essential nutrients. Consuming too many calories from alcohol can contribute to weight gain, especially around you-know-where. Alcohol blocks your ability to burn fat, so don't expect to be burning fat for 48 to 72 hours after drinking alcohol. Also, studies have shown that excess alcohol consumption can increase the production of cortisol, and we already know about that impact of that. If you are someone that is a late eater, then this next part is really important for you. Many of us have experienced the urge to snack late at night, whether it's out of boredom, stress, or habit. However, what you eat and when you eat, it can have a significant impact on your body composition. When we consume food late at night, especially high-calorie or high-sugar snacks, our bodies may not have enough time to fully metabolize and utilize those calories before we go to sleep. our metabolism naturally slows down during the night as our bodies prepare for rest and recovery. This means that any excess calories consumed late at night are more likely to be stored as fat, particularly in the belly area. Late-night eating can also disrupt our sleep patterns, which can have a negative impact on hormone regulation, including hormones that control hunger and satiety. Our hormones have a particular sleep period and a particular wake-up period, so that brings us to the next reason: sleep. We all know that getting enough sleep is essential for our overall health and well-being, but did you know that it can also impact our body composition, particularly around the midsection? During sleep, our bodies undergo essential processes, including hormone regulation, cellular repair, and metabolism. One crucial hormone affected by sleep is leptin, which helps regulate hunger and satiety. When we're sleep-deprived, leptin levels decrease, while ghrelin, the hunger hormone, increases. Studies have shown that inadequate sleep and disrupted circadian rhythms can lead to an increase in appetite, cravings for high-calorie foods, and a higher likelihood of weight gain and belly fat. But wait, there's more. Poor sleep also disrupts our body's ability to regulate insulin, and it increases cortisol levels. So if you are one of the people watching this at 1 a.m., then the tips at the end are for you. Bloating can be throwing a wrench in your plans for reducing belly fat, despite all your efforts with eating right and the gym. Bloating occurs when your gastrointestinal tract becomes filled with gas or air, leading to discomfort, distension, and that dreaded puffiness around the midsection. But here's the kicker: it can also mask your progress in losing belly fat. So what's causing all this bloating in the first place? It could be a variety of factors, including poor digestion, food intolerances, high sodium intake, or even stress. And when your belly is bloated, it can make it seem like you haven't made any progress in losing fat, even if you have. Another reason that closely related to bloating is constipation. Constipation occurs when bowel movements become infrequent or difficult, leading to discomfort, bloating, and you guessed it, a protruding belly. Our gut health is intricately linked to various aspects of our overall well-being, including metabolism, hormone regulation, and even mood. When our digestive system is sluggish and backed up, it can disrupt these processes and hinder our body's ability to burn fat efficiently. There is a connection between irregular periods and the struggle to lose belly fat. Menstrual cycles are regulated by a delicate balance of hormones, including estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. When this balance is disrupted, whether due to stress, hormonal imbalances, or underlying health conditions, it can wreak havoc on our bodies, including our ability to lose belly fat. One of the main culprits behind this connection is insulin resistance. Additionally, irregular periods may be accompanied by other symptoms like bloating, cravings, and mood swings, which can make it challenging to stick to healthy habits and maintain a balanced diet. I did say to you in the beginning that there is one reason that may not be your fault, and that is genetics. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Studies have shown that certain genetic variations can predispose individuals to store fat in specific areas, including the abdominal region. One gene that has been extensively studied in relation to abdominal fat accumulation is the FTO gene, also known as the fat mass and obesity-associated gene. Variations in the FTO gene have been linked to increased appetite, higher food intake, and a preference for energy-dense foods, all of which can contribute to weight gain, particularly around the midsection. In addition to the FTO gene, other genetic factors, such as variations in genes related to metabolism, hormone regulation, and fat storage, can also influence belly fat accumulation. It's important to note that while genetics may predispose us to certain body shapes or fat distribution patterns, they do not determine our destiny. Now here's what you need to do to feel and be the best version of yourself. Plus, to get rid of the belly fat. 1. Your plate should be half of vegetables, quarter protein, and quarter of healthy fats. Focus on eating whole, nutrient-dense foods while minimizing processed foods, refined sugars, and unhealthy fats. If you are serious about reducing belly fat, then it should be no sugar or refined sugar. So that means no cakes, biscuits, fizzy drinks, or hidden sugar in like bread, pasta, and crackers. Aim for a balanced diet that provides essential nutrients while keeping you feeling satisfied and energized. This also will help stabilize blood sugar levels. Also, a balanced diet rich in whole foods, fiber, and phytoestrogens, which are plant-based compounds that mimic the effects of estrogen in the body and help promote regularity of bowel movements and keep things moving smoothly in your digestive tract. You should start by eating your vegetables or salads first, so you get fuller. Then you protein, and then your healthy fats. You don't want to cut out fat, as this will allow you to get to your next meal without feeling starved. Fat will not increase insulin. You want to put your body into fat-burning mode, not fat storing. Now, when you eat and how much you eat is important. You can do 3 meals a day and then drop it down to 2 meals a day. No snacking between, because you will spike insulin levels every time you eat. Now, if you are working out a lot, you would need 3 meals, but if you are more sedentary, then 2 meals will help reduce the belly fat more. The time you should eat is between sunrise and sunset. Our hormones have a particular sleep period and a particular wake-up period. Insulin is secreted during the day when there is sunlight and when people are active. If you're eating after sunset, you will be trying to make insulin work overtime when all it wants to do is have a good rest. If you are eating late, then you're making insulin and other hormones work overtime, but they will not give their best. Drink plenty of water throughout the day to stay hydrated and support your body's natural processes, including metabolism and fat burning. Aim for 8 glasses of water. Opt for water over sugary beverages and limit alcohol intake, as this can contribute to belly fat accumulation. So some may be thinking that, does this mean I have to give up alcohol entirely to avoid belly fat? Not necessarily. Moderation is key. Enjoying alcohol in moderation, along with a balanced diet and regular exercise, can help minimize its impact on your waistline. Opt for lower-calorie drink options, such as light beer, wine, or spirits mixed with calorie-free mixers, and be mindful of portion sizes. Remember, it's not just about what you drink, but also how much and how often. Staying active is crucial. Incorporating moderate strength training into your aerobic workouts helps build lean muscle mass, leading to increased calorie burning throughout the day, even when you're not exercising. Strive for at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity activity most days, like brisk walking or casual biking. Additionally, look for ways to add movement to your daily routines, such as parking further away and walking, taking the stairs instead of the elevator, and standing while on the phone. Research indicates that a combination of aerobic exercises and strength training can assist in reducing visceral fat or preventing its accumulation. While exercises like sit-ups can strengthen abdominal muscles, they don't specifically target visceral fat. Regular exercise also helps prevent the return of fat. Remember, consistency is key when it comes to seeing results. Moving when your body is under stress or after a stressful event is crucial. Cortisol needs to be utilized, or else it gets stored. Normally, cortisol levels peak about 2 hours after waking up. Your body signals for movement to utilize this cortisol peak. Hence, knowing that cortisol peaks 2 hours after waking up, it's an ideal time to get active. If you don't move within this time frame, cortisol tends to accumulate in the belly area. If reducing belly fat is your goal, this is the perfect window to act around 2 hours after waking up. Try incorporate stress management techniques such as meditation, deep breathing exercises, or gentle yoga to help calm your mind, and this will also soothe your digestive system to help with bloating. Also, try avoid or engage less with people that stress you out and avoid watching the news, especially before bed. Now, when you are heading to bed, you want to aim for 7-9 hours of quality shut-eye each night. Poor quality sleep can disrupt hormonal balance and metabolism, making it harder to lose belly fat. Sleep deprivation can lead to increased levels of hunger hormones, decreased levels of satiety hormones, and impaired glucose metabolism. Create a relaxing bedtime routine to signal to your body that it's time to wind down, such as taking a warm bath, reading a book, or practicing meditation. Try and limit exposure to screens and blue light in the hour leading up to bedtime, as it can interfere with melatonin production, the hormone that regulates sleep-wake cycles. And finally, make your sleep environment as comfortable as possible with a supportive mattress, comfortable bedding, and a cool, dark room. Other things you can do is try supplements to help reduce and regulate insulin levels. You can try potassium, B vitamin, or apple cider vinegar. For apple cider vinegar, take 1 teaspoon with glass or water in morning and before bed, best before sunset. Now, this tip may be the hardest to do, and that is to be patient and kind to yourself. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day or your belly fat. The battle with belly fat will take time, and you may not see results right away. Focus on the way your clothes fit more than reading a scale, but now armed with the right knowledge and tools, victory is within reach. Remember, it's about more than just the numbers on the scale. It's about nourishing your body, calming your mind, and building strength from within. By implementing these strategies and tips consistently, you can effectively reduce belly fat and improve your overall health and well-being. Remember to listen to your body, stay motivated, be patient and consistent. Now, we want to hear from you. What steps are you taking or having been doing to reduce belly fat? Share your thoughts, tips, and experiences in the comments section below. Your insights could inspire others on their journey to better health. And if you enjoyed this video and want to stay updated on more health-related content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way, you'll never miss out on our latest tips, advice, and strategies for living a healthier, happier life.